Okay, welcome in. Game number 1, Darkside versus Suomi. Suomi is a legendary team. They're missing some of their top guys, though. They're missing Zupi, they're missing Pike, right? Rubenstock isn't playing today. So it's Max, Vilesa, Emalius. They also have Yoo-Hoo on their team. His name is Yoo-Hoo, but I will call him Yoo-Hoo every time. So we'll see if he makes an appearance. Emalius is playing today, though. He's a 2K2. Really, really solid, right? We know what Vilesa and Max can do. And then on the other side, we have Darkside, Siscon, Stone Please, and Dr. Agenstar. So they're going to have some really good strats on the other side. Let's see if Finland can cancel that out. So, civilizations. So far, we have Emalius over here on the side with Wu, which is really solid place to be. Siscon playing Italians. Over on this side, I think they would have hoped that Bengalis was there. Instead, it's completely random which side gets the little water area and which side gets this little sandy connecting spot. And ideally, you want your primary land civilization to be over here. Wu are good on both water and land, though. It's an excellent civ selection from Emalius, and he's going to be pretty happy to be over here. However, look at his golden stone. Awkward position for those. Very, very awkward. And a very easy wall off here for Siscon. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Dang. In the pocket position, we have Max playing as the Georgians. And then over here on the other side, we have Vilesa playing as the Japanese. He's going to be matching up against Stone Please, who's the Bengalis. And then Dr. Agenstar playing as the Burgundians. And Dragonstar has docked forward. Max has docked at the back. So Max will go for the fish boom. Dragonstar maybe relying on his ally to protect him. Thank you, Upso, for the Daves. Thank you for the 40 months, bro. Drop them beats. Text to speech. That's a good beat. Yep. Appreciate it, dude. So on Crescent, there's a lot of fish on the outside. There's even more fish in the middle. But there's enough to fish boom back here, and that's exactly what the pocket players are going to be doing. Vilesa on the way to the feudal age. Stone Please also on the way to the feudal age. Very good naval civilizations for both of them. Vilesa will get a little bit more value from his fishing ships, and they also have way more HP. 50 more HP for these. So it'll be harder for Stone Please to take those out. He also knows where the dock is for Vilesa, and if Dragonstar wants to fish boom over here, then he might have some issues, right? Might have some problems, but he has actually added a dock at the back. So maybe he decided, okay, that dock being forward is a little risky for my fish. If Stone Please loses it, then I'm going to lose all my fish for free. So he adds another one back here, and it's not that long of a walk. It's actually a pretty good idea. I see one militia on the way for Siscon. So Siscon is going to try and go for men-at-arms up here against Emalius. If Emalius goes for a barracks as well, could be very problematic for Siscon because Emalius' units heal over time. Why you stopped calling him Dr. Agenstar? I didn't. I already called him Dr. Agenstar 3 separate times in this game. Gamba, Dave. The mods want to set up Gamba, they can set up Gamba. Giga! Thank you for the 6 months. Only trains himself in asking questions.
6 months of Dave's streams. Glad you woke up a bit earlier to cast Suomi Hypercale.
Yep. I did wake up a bit earlier. I'm surprised I got up at this time. But we're here. And so are all of the scouts. Oh my goodness. So we have 3 scouts from Darkside. Really, really nice from them. And they already clear up the scout from Emalius. So even though the infantry's healing over here for Emalius, as he actually goes for an archer range. And there's a stable forward for Max. Okay, very, very interesting. So even though Siscon might be at a slight disadvantage against the Wu with this infantry play, he's got his friends to help him out. And Max and Vilesa realizing they need to be over here. Their scouts are in position now. Vilesa unfortunately loses his right away. Max will be helping with a few scouts of his own. And the TC can already range those men-at-arms. So the stable will go up, and there's the archer range. Unfortunately for Malleus, right now, the archer range is a little out of position. He has to go all the way over here, and he's going for a second one, too. But in the grand scheme of things, this will be fine to pressure forward towards Siscon's base. Siscon is just going to ignore Amalius. He's going to head over to Max's base, and Amalius will have a long walk to come over here and help his ally. Max will also have to wall up. He wasn't prepared for this, initially at least. He's going to start adding in the walls behind. Let's take a look at the water battle over here. Looks like a galley play for Vilesa. Just straight galleys. He's now going into the hulks. The fire's just tanking the damage, but Vilesa has managed to keep his ships alive. And he's got a hulk out, so Vilesa should have the advantage over here against Stoneplease on the water. Let's see if Stoneplease can keep Dr. Agenstar's fish safe. Do you think Finland has a chance to win the series? Yeah, I think this is a pretty even series. I mean, you can't beat experience, right? And these guys have so much team game experience. So the ship's healing over time will be really, really nice for Stoneplease. But if Vilesa gets enough hulks in front of this army, he should be fine. And now, look at this. Siscon going all the way over to Vilesa, and he's definitely not ready for this. Definitely. There's two scouts there as well. Meanwhile, on the other side, archers going to try and hit Siscon. Scouts going to try and hit him as well. They might go to Dragonstar's base too, but he's already fully walled. And on the way to the Castle Age. Vilesa is very busy with this stuff. And Stoneplease has a lot of fires. This is a really good setup here for Darkside. And Vilesa is going to lose 3 villagers. Wow. Great play from Darkside. Really good stuff there. The scouts and the archers, though, collapsing on the gold from Siscon. Siscon already losing a villager. But Darkside already extending out towards the fish from the Max. And Dragonstar is the only player on the way to Castle Age right now. So Max going feudal scouts means that he's further behind Dragonstar. You can see Stoneplease. He's won the water, and now he's signaling, listen, Dragonstar, you got to be careful with your fish. He's running your way. He's going to try and snipe. Looks like a couple more villagers went down over here too. How many vills has Vilesa lost? I think he's lost 6 vills. He hasn't lost a fishing ship yet. Siscon's still losing vills, though. You can see he's lost 4 already. And it's a lot of idle time for him. Castle Age on the way for Amalius. Wow. Okay. So delayed the eco upgrades. Used his fish that were safe for a while back here. Went into archers, and now he's on the way to the Castle Age. Dr. Agenstar going into some knights, but crossbows are going to be on the field before a significant amount of knights are here. If Amalius can keep this army alive. That's actually really solid for him. Vilesa now going for the market as well. Max is still in the feudal age, by the way. He's got a decent amount of fish, but Stoneplease should be heading over there shortly. And Stoneplease has actually gone all the way around with his hulks. Can Dragonstar clear this up before these turn into crossbows? Max trying to help with the scouts. It kind of looks like he can. Amalius sending a few more archers here. Max doing Max things. He's got a villager behind enemy lines. And that could be very problematic, but Dragonstar will clear these archers at the back with the knight. Nice job from Dragonstar. He could also go Cavalier with Burgundians. Siscon about to click up to the Castle Age as well. You see Vilesa doing whatever he can. Great job from Vilesa. He lost so many villagers to that men-at-arms play. He kept his ships in the docks, and now he's going to come in and kill some of the fish from Dr. Agenstar, and that's probably necessary, right? Yeah, this is more damage than he ever should have gotten from that position that he was in. He could have maybe canceled out Stoneplease on water if he didn't lose 5 vills to the men-at-arms from the opposing flank. Fletching isn't even in? Oh, yes it is. Fletching and Bodkin. Remember the days when people said Max was the best pocket in AoE 2? There was a conversation, yeah. Uh-oh. Siscon's here. Max still a minute and a half away from Castle Age. Siscon should be able to deny this stable. Max will be having some problems. He does notice it quickly, though. Crossbow's now coming over from Amalius. Max's fish still hasn't been touched. So, great job from Vilesa to hold Stoneplease here. I think Stoneplease probably should have come back here earlier. He had the couple hulks, which are now over here. Max is going for hulks now on the back with that sneaky villager. And Vilesa is redocking back here. A lot of fight from the Finns here. Dragonstar still is a really, really good eco, though. And Stoneplease has gone up to 17 fishing ships. So Stoneplease has a fantastic eco himself. I think Stoneplease is going to be the issue more than anyone for Team Finland. Oh, he's going for Vilesa again? Oh my god, dude. Siscon's a bully. I think Siscon is a bully. He makes his way all the way through Team Finland, all the way over here. Vilesa will have the TC set up, but there's still opportunities for Siscon to find damage with these soon-to-be crossbows. Medium warships upgrade is on the way. Will that come in on time? It will. And now we can get the Warhulks coming out. Max's docks have been cleared at the back. Great job from Darkside to clear those up. Meanwhile, Siscon's still losing some vills. Max still trying to run through here with the light cav, but those knights are Dragon Stars. Thought for a second they were Max's because they were so close to the crossbows. That's not a good thing for Amalius. Another crossbow army cleared up. He was busy back here too, so he lost some to Siscon. And it'll have to be a siege workshop in defense from Vilesa. Dragonstar's trying to defend against the light cav from Max. Max will find some value, but not a lot. He's not really paying attention, right? He's busy elsewhere. And the knights are coming in. And what can they do against these knights? Looks like Max is just kind of trying to expand his eco. He's still behind Stoneplease and Dragonstar in terms of total economy. Great job from Stoneplease to add in those extra fish. That was sick when he had the opportunity. Like, he went from 4 fishing ships to 17 so quickly. Now Siscon's trying to expand his eco as well. Siscon's finally got an army here again. And Max is getting hit on the back. Cavalier is about to kick for Dragonstar, and it does. So Finland will have to contend with Cavalier. They have to contend with this really impressive navy from Stoneplease. He's even adding more fish. There are whales on this map as well, so he could take the gold from the center if he wanted to. Vilesa is still heavily struggling. He lost more villagers here while I wasn't looking to these crossbows. Apparently he wasn't looking either because they're right under the TC. He's at 40 villagers, no fishing ships. And Max will have problems over here, and he's going to have problems over here. Max not noticing this yet. Syscon just finding value with these sneaky little raids at the back. Max still not noticing this. There we go. He finally garrisons. And Dragonstar escapes. I mean, Amalius's base over here is kind of a clusterfuck. It's tough to push in here if you're Syscon and Dragonstar. They're trying to find value. It really sucks for Amalius because his gold and his stone are back here, and once they're depleted, the other two are really far forward. And Imperial Age is on the way for Amalius. Wow. Dude, he's been trying whatever he can to pull his team to victory here. Amalius has been playing really well so far. Imperial Age timing is crazy. 73 villagers as well, the most on his team. A lot of that pressure, though, that hasn't hit him has been coming over to Max's base. It's been coming over to Valesa's base. Valesa's still trying to get some value as well. At the back with Stone Please on the way to Imp. And he's the guy playing Navy, so he could just potentially shut down the entire water and really, really limit the land control with cannon galleons from Team Finland. No Rubenstock. He hasn't played for them yet. Can you change Max's color to teal? No. Okay, so we'll see if the imp timing works. I think in general it's better for Stone Please to have imp here because he's got the navy. He also has a transport ship for one villager, maybe to make some extra docks. But there is a window that Amalius could maybe do damage to Syscon here with a faster imp. Max is really struggling against these crossbows. What a great job from Syscon. 16 kills on these crossbows. Do you guys remember that clip where MBL tried to douche Rubenstock and he saw it coming and garrisoned his TC right away and killed MBL's TC foundation? And then he was just like giggling. Oh, where are the opportunities for Finland? That's what I'm asking myself. Like, I guess if they manage to survive, they do have Lu Xuan access for the Wu, and Lu Xuans are the most powerful unit on the water. But I mean, this is going to be brutal for Vilesa. Forward castle. He does have a siege workshop, but the scorpions aren't over here. He doesn't have a mangonel. I don't even know if he can see this. He can. And now there's a defensive castle there from Amalius. And no siege workshop either. For Amalius. So Syscon's going to be able to defend against this. Population very far ahead for Darkside. Stone Please has played a fantastic game. Syscon has actually played really, really well. Dragonstar has been a good support player. You can see he's heading out with a transport ship now. Oh no. Yeah, that's the death. 15 Cavalier in that transport ship is the death for Team Finland. Good job from Syscon. He knows he needs to buy time. Until he gets to him, he's going into guard tower. He's got a couple of them. He's got the castle over here. And no traction trips for Amalius yet. So he can't push it. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o. Max is still in recovery mode. He's losing his fish now, and now he's got Cavalier all over his economy. Viles is being pushed back over here. Amalius can't go anywhere over here. Excellent raid from Dragonstar. Is that Elite Elephant Archer? Oh my goodness. The eco from Stone Please is insane. 37 fishing ships. And he's got the res to go into Elephant Archer spam. The man is going to carry that side. I don't see Valesa doing that much. And more towers from Siscon. So Siscon setting up a defensive perimeter. Malleus can't go past there. There's another castle here for Dragonstar. So if Malleus keeps running, he's going to run into that. There's no hope. There is no hope. GG call. Great play from Darkside. I think where it all went wrong for Suomi is this stable from Max. I don't really understand the pocket going scouts on this map. Maybe they were just trying to clear whoever was on the flank really quickly, but it delays your castle age by so much. And at the end of the day, the scouts didn't really do that much. And the stable being forward meant that he couldn't track the men-at-arms that were going back, and they ended up hitting his ally, and then the water was lost, and it's this whole spiral. I don't really understand going feudal age army as the pocket there. KDs were not good for Team Finland at all. Ecos were much better for Darkside, especially Stone Please. Fantastic job. And you can see that the castle time was so much better for Dragonstar than it was for Max. Thank you for the streak, Rudy. 140 streams? Damn, bruh. Okay, so that is game one for Darkside. They used Italians, Bengalis, Burgundians. Very good civilizations there. And then on the other side, we had Japanese loss, Georgians loss, and Woo loss. Good civs for them, too. Okay. Game two will be Black Forest. Black Forest, guys. Let's go. Okay, civs for Black Forest. Britons? Maybe? Is Britons good on 3v3 Black Forest? I'm assuming they still are. I know that they're like one of the most powerful civs on 4v4. I can't really see them being used on either of these other maps, so it's probably Britons, Teutons. Britons, Teutons, and what? For Darkside. It's probably Celts, Turks, Romans, yeah. For Suomi. Maybe not Romans. Maybe Celts, Turks, Byzantines? Britons, Teutons. What would be the other flank civ if Teutons are in the pocket? Britons, Teutons, Portuguese. I feel like you want to save Portuguese for another map, though. Maybe? Goths? I mean, you could go Goths, yeah. Could play Goths on the flank. And then if you're ever in a position to boom, you spam. It's like early lames, fast loom, early villager war. Turks, Celts, Lithuanians. Yoo-hoo is into the game. I think Amalius was their best player last game. And he's not in. It's Yoo-hoo instead. And it's Britons, Teutons, Aztecs for Darkside. So Turks, Celts, Lithuanians, Britons, Teutons, Aztecs. How did your set yesterday go? We won 3-2. I was the absolute punching bag in every single game, so aside from one. Yeah, Aztecs are a fine flank, especially if you have the like if you get involved in a monk war with Teutons as your pocket. You get that resistance. It's nice. Dave was the MPV. Yes, I was the MPV. That's right. That's right, guys. Most penis value. That's what I was. Just in terms of sheer numbers. Is that value per... It's whatever value you want to attribute to it. Multi-purpose vehicle? I am not a multi-purpose vehicle. Are you planning to cover any Rage Force tourney? I already have. I will, if it's convenient to do so. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what Suomi can do here with Yoo-hoo. We are going to have Turks over on the flank here from the Max, and this is a very, very small choke point, although there are a bunch of bush pigs in the center here. So let's see if Max wants to come forward and try and get those. He is with a couple villagers. There's very, very narrow chokes. Very narrow chokes on this map. Not a lot of open play here. Vilesa will have to come forward and potentially wall this. He's playing as Celts in the pocket position. Then finally, Yoo-hoo as the Lithuanians over here on the flank. Lithuanians are great. You start with the extra 100 food, which means you can send your villagers forward right away. He's going to be fighting up against Siscon, who runs immediately into a lion. That is very, very unfortunate for Siscon. And Vilesa's also sending the scout over here immediately. So I think Yoo-hoo will have a fantastic position up against Siscon on this southern side. Joe, thank you for the 11 months. 2 scouts are over here, though, so Max is struggling, right? When you're winning one side, you're probably struggling on the other. So it means it's overloaded with scouts, and Max is already going to lose a villager. Unfortunate situation over there for Max. Villager lost from Siscon. He actually walled in the scout from Yoo-hoo. That's crazy. But he'll get out of there easily. And now Siscon's going to lose another villager. And he might end up losing 4. He's got to be really careful here. He's doing a good, like, rear guard action here with this villager, targeting these scouts and blocking the villagers behind with his extra vill so that he doesn't die. But I think this guy dies anyway. Yeah. Oh, it's going to be so close. Oh, he survives. Does she survive? Damn, great play over there from Siscon. Stone Please gets the forward wall. He didn't sneak into Max's base. So at the end of the day, it's 2 villagers lost from Siscon. It's 1 villager loss from Max and 1 villager loss from Yoo-Hoo. And doink. I think there's still maybe a way around there. Gate is just doinked immediately. And it's 4 villagers here to 2. Oh, he almost got it. Damn, bro. I was about to Yoo-Hoo, you know what I mean? If he actually got that quick wall. That was crazy. He's sending 4 more, so Sisgon's got to go back. It's super important to hold forward positions on these choke points. If you allow your opponent to wall here, then your defensive walls, they have to be crazy, right? They have to be absolutely crazy. Like, if you wall here, or if your opponent walls here, then you have to wall here, and your next layer's there, and your next layer's here, and every layer gets bigger and bigger. But if you wall forward, then you can just do the same wall a bazillion times. And you're fine. And this is just the middle of the road wall. Viles is ignoring all of this. He's just going to be booming up. Looks like he brought himself in some extra bush pigs. Same thing with Dr. Agenstar. He helped a little bit with his scout. He's going to bring in some of these extras. He's got 6 in the center to bring in potentially. And it'll be just be Celts and Teutons booming while their flanks do all the work. Ah, Viles is sending villagers forward. He won't be able to click past this to get to these. He probably wants those, but he's just going to wall this off. Max has walled it off already, and there's no sneak villagers whatsoever. Forward wall in the north from Stone Please. Kind of middling wall in the south from both players, and then a forward wall as well for Dragonstar. Or Stone Please, rather. So, advantage Darkside, for sure. Which team is the favorite? I think Darkside. I think they're just way more active, right? Max and Vilesa still play team games. But although they're more well-known names, they're kind of rusty, right? Age of Empires 2 is not their #1 priority anymore. And Darkside is a really strategic team. So they'll have some very optimal strats prepared. What else is their priority? The thousands of women throwing themselves at Max and Vilesa every day. That's probably their priority. Understandable, yeah. Have you seen them? Okay. So it'll just be Castle Age for everyone. No Feudal Age push or anything. For any of these players. Nice job from Stone Please. Look at this. He's 2 hits away from death. Oh. Oh. Hey. Shoot it again. Oh. Dude. Oh. He stalled him out. Shoot it again. Oh. Yo. Love to see it, dude. Stone Please going crazy with that lure. Dude, that's the difference between confidence and ego right there. Ego would have seen that villager dead right here. That's confidence for Stone Please. That's right. That was a really good lure. Wow. Okay, Feudal Age coming in for the pockets. Market Blacksmith. Or Vilesa. If we're thinking about what they boom up into. I think the play for Vilesa is Halb Siege, right? With Celts. The question for Dragon Stars, what do you make yourself in this situation? I think going into Teutonic Knights is a potential generational throw, but it could also be a hard counter. So you're really, really going to have to feel out what your opponent is doing. Opening Paladin is just the way more consistent play. If you're playing Teutons in the pocket. What if Vilesa opens? I guess it really depends on what the flanks are looking like, right? If there's an open side to push. But if Vilesa were to open Paladin, that might catch this entire team off guard. Because I don't know if any of them would already tech into Halbs. I don't think you open Pala versus Celts. Yeah, maybe not. Halb SO is the standard play as Celts. But there is an option to go into those weak Paladin if you want to. Don't they just get mogged by Teuton Paladin anyway? Yeah. But you can get in and overwhelm the ecos and everything. I don't know. It was one tower here from Siscon, forcing out the stone walls from Yuhu. At least he pushed him further back. Which team needs to start asking questions? Both of them. Especially Finland. Siscon's Castle Age is delayed. We are going to have a castle forward from Max. See, he's already got 500 stone. Extra TCs from Vilesa, no surprise there. Let's take a look at the eco. Vilesa's ahead. He didn't have as many pigs as Dragonstar did. And Dragonstar's going to go 4 TCs immediately. But despite having those, not having those pigs, I mean, he is Celts, so he gets the extra wood chopping. Eco should always be ahead, right? 15% faster. It's pretty good. Siscon now signaling the other side, saying, hey, there's villagers here. Or maybe, yeah, there's an outpost snuck in there. So he was signaling, saying, hey, there's villagers here. There's the castle for Max. It'll start working away on these walls, but there's plenty of walls behind here for stone, please. I think Max is in a pretty rough spot. That forward wall just kind of screws him over. Call me crazy, but I prefer no pawn version of Black Forest. I think so as well, yeah. I don't like that castle drop. This castle drop's like for safety, dude. Cultivated meat with the tier 2 for 6 months in advance, by the way.
Alert once again, I'm wearing cloths whilst watching Dave Alert.
You're wearing cloths? You're wearing clothes? Damn. Look at this guy. All cultured and stuff. Siscon will also go for a castle drop, and his castle drop's going to be much more effective because he has that forward wall position. He can just put it right here. Yuhu will have a much better eco than Siscon does. But look at this. Whoa. So, Stone, please. We'll go for a potential unexpected push through this center area. And unfortunately for Vilesa, he's opened this wall so that Max can start working away on the center. And now 2 mangonels are going to show up, and that wall is open. That is absolutely tragic for Vilesa. Excellent job from Stone, please, to just wait. Now they can delete the walls and just go right in. There's no wall there at all. Siege Workshop coming up. Panic Siege Workshop from Vilesa. Meanwhile, behind this, I mean, Dragonstar is just booming, right? If Stone, please, manages to hold this open the entire time, You can see he's going fortified wall and a gate here, so there's no potential of a pushback coming from this area. If Stone Police can just hold this open, Dragonstar should be able to just rip through here with Paladin. 5th town center on the way for him too. Dude, Vilesa must feel so bad. He opened that wall so Max could attack a palisade. And I know they would have gotten through the wall anyway. But he would have had way more time to prepare. Is Redemption in? It's not. Okay, Redemption is not in yet. One villager down. Janissaries coming over. There's only 2 of them. Light Cav coming in for the monks. It'll chase them away, and Vilesa buys himself a little bit more time. He wants to get a castle up here, if he can. Can he, is the question. How's it going over here? It's a forward castle drop. Longbows being added behind this. Redemption is now on the way for Stone Place. Difficult times for Team Finland. Really, really difficult times here. Stone Police has just opened their base right up, and the conversions weren't coming in for Stone Police. Max gets a monk. Vilesa gets a mangonel. Random scout in here from Dragonstar. And he's gonna be able to take out the mangonel. Oh my goodness. What a nice scout play there from Dragonstar to take out that mangonel. Vilesa still pushing this back though. Should be able to go for a defensive castle. Let's see how it's going over here. Couple defensive mangonels being added in from Yuhu. 62 villagers for him, 45 for Siscon. So a villager lead for Yuhu, but the 4th TC is going up from Siscon behind this. 92 villagers for Dragonstar. So 20 villagers ahead of Vilesa, and Vilesa will add 2 extra TCs. I think he knows that he's pretty far behind Vilesa. Or pretty far behind Dragonstar, rather. And Imperial Age is on the way for the Doctor. Oh, boy. Man, Stone Police is really good. Got that forward wall position. Went fortified wall. Has plenty of layers so Max can't push in. And then goes for the push over here. They sensed weakness in the center. Max is going to defend, but this is not ideal. What the fuck? We've started the trade. Imperial Age on the way for Vilesa. Stable, 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 stable. 7 stables. I think he's getting ready to spam. The Paladin will be here. The castle will be forward from Vilesa. And he needs to make sure that he can defend this area. Because those monks are going to be behind converting. Takes an extra shot. The monks don't get the mangonel. Oh my goodness, that was so close, dude. That was almost such a greedy shot there from Vilesa. If that mangonel got converted, there would have been problems. And it does get converted. And now there's problems. And now there's problems because 3 of those Janissaries also got converted. Great monk targeting here from Stone Police. Villagers going down. The castle will eventually go up. More villagers lost from Vilesa, though. And a forward castle from Dragonstar. Stone Police is not up to Imp yet. So Stone Police can't get Onager. He can't cut through the wood line. It's still a nightmare here to try and go through this. And I think Dragonstar is saving up for Onager so they can cut. He's got a Siege Workshop forward, too. He should be going Onager soon, right? Saving up for it. 3, 2, 1. Bop. 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 There it is. Let's look at Stoneplease's eco. He is farther behind Max. He's got 70 villagers versus 85, and Max is adding in more trade. Yoo-hoo. Also much faster to the Imperial Age than Siscon. So Siscon will have to cede all of this territory here. And he's going to have to go for castles further back. So the pocket is ahead for Dark Sails. Or Darkside, sorry. Not Dark Sails. Dragon Stars and Black Sails. I'll get confused multiple times this set, I guarantee you. The pocket's ahead for them. But the flanks are kind of far behind. If Vilesa can hold, then they might be able to take this game back. It's Latest and Conscription. Okay, so Yoo-hoo will not go for Trebs immediately to take advantage of his faster imp timing. Oh, he will. There's another castle behind. Okay. That's good. Capped Ram for Vilesa? Yeah, he'll go Ram Halb. Should, anyway. The cut is coming through on this side. Damn. Dragon Star is going to be able to wipe Max, and Vilesa is signaling this, saying, hey, man, you got to figure out something. Max needs to, like, stonewall all of this immediately. Max is not doing anything. Vilesa is pushing in through the center. They can see this. No, they can't. They can see it now. Oh my goodness, I was on the opponent's point of view. I wasn't on theirs. They can't see that at all. It's so sneaky from Dragon Star. Max is now panicking. I mean, what on earth does he do here? He's just pulling the villagers away. He's going to lose everything. He needs to wall up now. He needs something now. He goes for a castle. That's not going to be enough against Paladin. Scorpion now in. Heavy Scorpion for Vilesa. And Max will just YOLO up 2 castles. It's pure survival mode now for Max. Murder Hole's on the way. Honestly, decent decision making from him. Murder Hole's coming in. Double castle. And he's... I don't want to say stop the bleeding because he's definitely still bleeding. He's just put a little bandage on it. He's put a band-aid on that gunshot wound. That is his eco. And now the Paladin are heading over towards Vilesa's base. Vilesa does have Halb, though, and the latest are here. Good team play from Finland. Yoo-hoo comes over with the latest to protect his pocket player a little bit. Vilesa has cleared up this stuff. Dragon Star is still trying to stream Paladin in. Max still doesn't have much of an army. And Vilesa with some good quick walls over on this side. Forcing the Paladin around, saving some of his villagers, still chasing with the Halberdier. However, this area for Max is still a problem. Putting another band-aid on the problem. Not solving the problem, though. 106 villagers for him. I think he's going to lose a bunch. He is going to lose a bunch to these Paladin. How is Siscon doing over here? Oh, that's a problem. The Britons are building up. The Britons are building up as Max now techs into Bombard Tower. Can Vilesa do anything? Max is completely cut off. All the gates are pre-locked against these Paladin. Murder Holes is already in. Ballistics is in for the castle. But Max is being overwhelmed on this side. And like I said, this is a massive issue. Britons are one of the strongest civilizations in Black Forest for a couple reasons. The range on their longbowmen is insane. And then Warwolf Trebs are also crazy in choke points. Once the Britons get rolling, it's really, really difficult to stop them. Is there anything Vilesa can do to help his team? Lithuanian Skirm's good here. They're okay. I mean, you can use the Britain trebuchets to kill the massive skirms, right? Wow, Siscon playing this so patiently too, playing this so well. He knows his team is pushing over here. He doesn't need a crazy push over on this side. He's going to wall forward and slowly extend his reach. He'll wall himself into a little spot where the trebs can sit and kill all of these TCs, these farms, deny the gold, etc. Why isn't he targeting the trees with the trebs? Because he doesn't really want to cut through. He just wants to slowly push up. Even if he does cut through, what's he going to get in here with? Like 20 longbows? It's not super effective. Jags added in from Stone Please to help deal with the halberdiers. Dang, this is really bad for Finland. You can see the population advantage, 511 versus 439 in favor of Darkside. Siscon will just keep slowly advancing. Wow. So patient. And it's like an impossible situation for Yuhu. He sent his initial army over to help Vilesa. He couldn't take advantage of the fast rimp timing against the Britons. And now he's up against the Briton Death Ball. This is such a cool push from him. Such a cool push. And now Dragonstar has cut through this way. One of the coolest looking units in the game. Elite Jaguar Warrior out from Stone Please. The Halbs won't be able to do anything against that. Still trying to do damage control against these Paladin as well. Quick walls, quick houses coming up all over the place. But there's a bigger problem, and it is Siscon. Siscon is going to steamroll this entire side, and Max can't really do anything. GG called by Team Finland. Excellent game from Darkside. Really, really well played. Can't even think really of an MVP here. I think the flanks were the MVPs. I think Dragonstar had played that game on easy mode. I mean, credit to him for going Onager tech after he got Cavalier, right? Realizing he needed to cut through. But he did like the most straightforward play, even though he's got the top score. I think all the credit should be going to Stone Please for that push to open things up. And then Siscon as well. I think Stone Please is probably the MVP for the team, though. This play to keep this open was so good. And to get the forward walls here, too. Really, really solid. Max did not have a good game at all. Vilesa didn't have a great game either. Dang, dude. Darkside just looks so good. Now the question, why switch Max and Vilesa? Oh, I don't think that would have made that big of a difference, to be honest. They're both excellent pockets. They're both good flanks. So loss with the Celts, loss with the Lithuanians, loss with the Turks, win with the Britons, win with the Teutons, and win with the Aztecs. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Okay. Well, Finland, we got some work to do, boys. They're going on to Team Acropolis. Amalius is back in. I think Amalius was their best player in game 1. So we'll see if he can help him out here in game 3. You saw the Odyssey? It's good? Nice. I might go check that out. I used to have it wasn't like it was kind of like a kid's version of the Odyssey when I was a little kid, and I used to read that all the time. It's such a good story. I also had a version of the Iliad, which is I thought I liked the Iliad, but I had like a kid's version of it until I went to go read the actual Iliad, and it was like, oh my god, bro. It's a little much. You need to know how to read it. Yeah. You know ancient Greek? No, I read a translation. Thank you for being here, everybody. It's in verse? It is in verse, yeah. I always read it like a song. I don't want to read it like a song, bro. That was the first jarring part of it. It's like, it's very similar to the sections in Lord of the Rings. When Tolkien just goes into like prose, which is I love Lord of the Rings, but some of those moments are a little too much for me. We all skim/skip those, yeah. Yeah, Work It, and I skip a lot of chapters of Wheel of Time as well. Well, I don't skip them, I skim them. But then again, I've read the entire Wheel of Time series like 10 times, so I know which areas to skip. I know what I like. I know what I like. Guys, I'm already on the final book of Dungeon Crawler Carl. And I started it 2 months ago, I think. It's been quite the journey. I've enjoyed it. There's some bad ones in there, but overall, pretty good. I've been listening to the audiobook, though. The guy who does the voices for the audiobook does a really good job. There are some moments in that series that I just like burst out laughing, bro. It's just so ridiculous. Jeff Hayes? Yeah, Jeff Hayes is really, really solid. Although I didn't, when I first started listening to it, the voice that he uses for Carl, I was like, oh, I don't know, man. This is a little much. The first 20 or 30 minutes, I was like, can I really go on with this? And then I got used to it. It was fine. Listening to an audiobook is not reading, and you can't convince me otherwise. I mean, sure, whatever, dude. Sure. I'm still reading other books at the same time. It's just ever since my Vertigo thing, I can't like sit and read for long periods of time. So that's when I started listening to audiobooks, because there was definitely like a gap in my life when I went months without reading because I would get dizzy and whatnot. And then I started listening to audiobooks, and I can listen to them in my car. I can listen to them while I'm like washing dishes or whatever, while I'm taking a bath. You know, like it's nice. Did you ever figure out that Vertigo stuff? Yeah, it's issues with my inner ear. Okay, Team Acropolis. Coming in, we are going to have Vietnamese, Hindustanis, and Franks for Team Finland. Amalius is taking the place of Yuhu. And we have Mayans, Magyars, and Huns for Team Darkside. Watched your games yesterday. Congrats, but man, did you get housed a ton? Thought you were MBL. I mean, to be fair, Biggest, I was losing a lot of buildings always. Not once was I in a safe position in any game. Also losing a lot of vills? Hey, sometimes it be like that. Okay. Let's go. Let's do it. Game starting. And boom. Darkside up 2-0 over Suomi. We have Team Acropolis, Finland's final map. We have Mayans, Magyars, and Huns versus Vietnamese, Hindustanis, and Franks. I think I like Vietnamese, Hindustanis, Franks a little bit better here than Mayans, Magyars, Huns. We'll see what they want to do. Stone Please could go into Plumed Archer. Saw that the last time I watched this map. Siscon could go Scouts into Cav Archers or Scouts into Knights, potentially. Probably Scouts into Knights, and then the Hunnic player will go Cav Archers. We'll see what he wants to do. I mean, that Magyar's bonus is a team bonus. Where are they? So the Huns will take advantage of that. 25% faster train time on cavalry archers. I had my ear ringing last night for 10 minutes straight, wondering if it was tinnitus. Can anyone with tinnitus confirm whether it is or not? My ears ring as well. If I have a liquid buildup in there, like the inner ear. But then the ringing goes away. It's not a constant thing. I think tinnitus is more of like a constant affliction. When you have tinnitus, it's always. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's permanent ringing. So now you know how they feel, and you can have a little bit of empathy for it. It's very annoying. Man, what? How many boars do you get? Three? I guess you get 3 boars each? Or no, there's extra boars in the center. That's how Stone Please was luring these in. Interesting. Okay. So Stone Please 2 boars under his TC. There's another boar here. He's already coming out to take it. And he's pushing in the deer. Oh my goodness. Stone Please is really overloading on food right now. It's crazy. And Feudal Age is on the way already for max. 18 population. Going to be opening with the scouts. The general meta on this map is to team wall, right, between these little patches. But with Hindustanis, you get the extra attack versus buildings. Scout cav line and Campbell units +2 attack versus buildings. So if they go for palisade walls or houses or whatever, especially if your opponent's still in Dark Age with the weak houses, then you can break in pretty quickly. And I think Stoneplease is expecting a fast up from Max. That's why he got all this food in so early. Great deer pushing as well from Stoneplease. Oh my goodness. He just like went all the way through this area with those deer. The path he took with, they were like here, and he double deer pushed them like this way, which is wild. Food rot for 6, it's fine. He's fine. It's actually fine. It's better to have them under the TC early than to worry about food rot, especially in a team game where you don't know what's coming your way. Jesus, so many deer there. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Amalia is stretching out for a wood line. So some exposed eco over here. Neither team has a setup where they have a wood line in the back. Sometimes this little plateau is slanted, like diagonally, and then you have opportunities in the back of your base for a wood line. Neither team has that here. You can't build on this rocky terrain, by the way, so walling the front side isn't enough. You also have to wall all the way around the back as well if you want to keep yourself safe. There's a hole. Max sees it. He doesn't go in yet. I think he's going to wait for another scout, and he's going to try and come in here. Siscon can see it as well. He's going to be able to house wall that in time. It is going to be a fast castle into plumed archers for Stoneplease. And we saw it. He did an excellent job getting the food sources in. He still has some food available. Resources lasting longer for Mayans means that food lasts a little bit longer too under the TC, and his food count should be fine. He should be able to sell the stone, go for the market, etc. and get into plumes quite early. It'll be scouts from Dragonstar. It'll also be scouts from the Magyar player over here. We can see Amalius and Vilesa coming over to try and help Max, but they run into a spearman and they back away. So 2 players going scouts from the other side. Archers from Vilesa. Stoneplease will have a pretty good time in getting into the plumes, but the archer mass is going to be better from Vilesa. You can see he already has 5 of them. If he can get those forward in time, there might be some potential for the Finns. FC Plumes with 0 farms is crazy. There's enough food here, right? He still has so much food left on the berries too. 660 food left on the berries. He's still got this Ibex. He's still got another Ibex here if he can take it. Will you cast other sets today? Oh yeah, hell yeah. I'ma be here today. I be casting today. Saturday Dave, as Nilly would say. All right, the archers come over to this side. I don't think it's a good idea to pressure Stoneplease because he will have that defensive castle, and they'll know, based on his timing, that he's going for that. So by the time the archers get there, I mean, sure, you could maybe force it a little bit further back, but it's probably a better idea to pressure the flank player. What is the set you were looking forward to the most today? Probably it was this one, but Finland have been struggling, so it hasn't been that even. There's still a lot of scouts here though, and a lot of archers behind. Potentially problematic for Darkside as they lose 2 scouts right away. And remember, a Hindustani scout bonus. It's a team bonus. I don't like the fact that Vilesa is chasing these spearmen so much. The castle gets forced back over here. They need to go in, guys. Why were they chasing those 2 spearmen that entire time? They should have prioritized trying to get into the base. Where's the army from Dragonstar? He lost it. He had a few scouts. He had a few spearmen. He lost them. There's the castle. They see it. They can't deny it. And now they're going to be going over to hit Siscon. Or trying to hit Siscon. They should probably just hit the stable. That stable will go down quick to these scouts. And it's really, really hard to repair this, right? Siscon just has to go for a tower behind. Plumes will start coming out from Stone Please. Stone Please did still have quite a bit of food left over, but he doesn't have enough to go for fletching. Did you know about Rubenstock being banned for this series? What do you mean he's banned for this series? Stable goes down. He didn't play enough games? He didn't get the 5 1v1 games in. Oh my god. Ruben. What a throw. So Dragonstar is making some more scouts again. And he's going over here. Good wall off from Amalius though. Fletching not even in yet. But we still don't have a Castle Age click from anyone on Finland. They're getting there slowly. They haven't clicked up yet. Good job from Siscon keeping these scouts alive. Really, really sloppy there from Amalius. I think he's busy at home, though. Yeah, he's trying to defend against these scouts. He is up to the Castle Age. Plumed Archers can't come forward yet, so Suomi doing a really nice job delaying the advance of these Plumed Archers, right? They have to stay at home for now. They could get jumped on by these scouts and these archers still. If those plumes were forward right now, they'd be having a lot of issues. But the plumes will be held into the base for the time being. Another stable was added from Siscon. He's still got more scouts. Max and Vilesa have to be careful here. They have to be very careful here. Max will take the fight. Vilesa trying to whittle down the weak scouts, and they decide that it's not worth it. They're going to leave. The plumes are free now. They can come forward. Vilesa will be making his way into Rattan Archers. He's already on stone. But those plumes are quick, and they're going to come back across the map, and they're going to cause some problems. Just like these scouts from Dragonstar. Dragonstar manages to make his way in to the base of Vilesa. And he already killed 2 villagers. He's going to kill another one, too, probably. Great job from Dragonstar. Really, really nice job adding in extra scouts. It's going to kill another one. Vilesa tanking a lot of damage here before he gets the Castle Age. And here come the plumes. Amalius is in castle now. He's going to go double Sable Knights. Dragonstar about to be there as well. He'll go into Cav Archers. Siscon still hanging out in the Feudal Age. He's the only player that hasn't clicked up yet. But he was the player tanking most of the damage over on this side. And he still has scouts. Right, so Castle Age is in for Vilesa. Still doesn't have enough stone for a castle. Got scouts trying to come in over here from Max. That's the army that he saved before. There will be some defenses here from Vilesa. He will have Bodkin Arrow. He's going to be able to get crossbow, and he should be able to push these plumes away. The mobility of the plumes is nice. They're a slightly better unit than the crossbow is. But the crossbows behind walls should be able to do fine against them. I mean, the crossbows will have more range than them, right? Hun should go Paladin Tarkins and Mag RCA, not the other way. I mean, in the late game, yeah. In Castle Age, no. Malleus is going to be here. +2 armor already in for the Knights. Plumes have to be careful. Plumes have to be very, very careful. They can't fight this. Nice job from Team Finland. Good defense. Siskon's still looking for a way in. Is there a way in? Is there a way in? Is there a tree there? There is. Oh, that could have been so bad for Amalius. He's got these guys guarding the villagers. You can tell by the way they're tracking it. These dudes are guarding her. But he has to send him back. And he goes for a market wall. Beautiful job. Beautiful job there from Amalius. Playing really well again this game. Rathan's being added in. Knights are helping out. Vilesa finding some good picks on this side. Villager count 11 ahead for Darkside. We have extra TCs coming up here from Suomi. Cav Archer's on this side. Dragonstar not really noticing. He pulled them back, but he's going to lose a unit there. Loses a lot of HP on his other ones, too. When did we see the university from Vilesa? I mean, he got hit pretty hard back here. He lost a lot of villagers earlier. 4 villagers dying. So his eco is kind of struggling, right? Malleus also lost 4 villagers. And we look on the other side. Not a single villager loss for Darkside. That's crazy. After all that pressure from Team Finland early, not a single vill lost. Really good defense from them. Did Darkside scout that corner TC? No. They did not. Nice job from Dragonstar. Getting villager pick. The knights are needed in the center, but they're also needed over here. And Max just still taking a look around. He's not finding anything. Ballistics is in for the plumes. It's not in for the crossbows. Remember, the crossbows have the range advantage. The Rattans are also just a better unit than the plumes. Siskon's going to come over here and try and help, but Vilesa really needs ballistics. And Dragonstar, again, kind of losing track of his units a little bit. Taking some extra hits. What's up, Poro? Poro, have you played more Zero Space? I got one more stream to do for Zero Space. I might play some team games. Might try some 2v2s. Eco is still close. Military is still close. Stone Please is escaping with the relic. There's not much in the way of defense over here. The Cav Archers are coming in. They're going aggro on this side. Crossbow's coming forward from Vilesa. He's going to run into TCs, though. Max still looking for value over there. Max now going for camels in the center, but he's running into plumes. I'm going to be honest, guys. I have not really been impressed with Max so far in this series. I think he's kind of been a little bit of the weak link for Team Finland. Let's see what he can do, though. Does have 71 villagers, so he's got a decent economy behind. The elo in the bottom is 1v1 elo. I don't think there's anyone with a team game elo above 2k3. I think that's like the highest team game elo. Alright, Dragonstar. They're trying to counter him back here. He's just trying to disrupt as much as he can. Still expanding his eco. It's a dangerous army here. Forward. And Vilesa has ballistics now. With the knights to support from Amalius, Vilesa can push in here. And they're going to need the plumes to come in from behind. But Amalius running into the TC is busy somewhere else. Amalius needs to pull back. I don't know what he was paying attention to. Needed to be over on that side mentally, though. And he wasn't. And here come the plumes. Oh, that army is going to die from Vilesa. At least he gets some value. He got some night kills. It's not so worried about the plumes. More about the night numbers, I think. Dragonstar just still kind of roaming around, looking for value. Villager count is now advantage Finland, but the military count, big advantage for Darkside. 37 Cav Archers for Dragonstar. 36 Plumed Archers for Stone Please. Four TC on purple. Yep. 82 vills. Max has a fantastic eco. 95 villagers. He's got the best eco in the game. Vilesa, full eco upgrades, though. So, Vilesa's eco is very, very efficient. The resources are looking good to click up soon. Max is about to click up. Amalia is still full producing on nights, or trying to anyway. And this is a nice play from Siscon. Just dive under the TC, take out the Rattan Archer numbers. Apparently there was some extra space left in there, though. So many Cav Archers for Dragonstar still, and Imperial Age is on the way. So Imp is on the way for both of the range players on the other side. The two Cav players from Finland, one of them is up to the Imperial Age, the other one's just struggling in defense. Mali is still only with 10 knights. That castle will go up. Dragonstar will take villager kills, though, before it does. And he's fine with that. 96 villagers for Amalius, only 66 for Dragonstar. So he's playing a very Hun style of game here. Full military production, faster producing ranges because of that Magyar team bonus. So many Cav Archers on the field. Raiding constantly. Not adding as much eco as the other players in the game, but still doing an excellent job. Defensive castle for Max. He's going to try and stall out the pressure a little bit. He does probably want to go into Imp Camels, but there's also an opportunity here against the Plumes to go into Golems. I think it's probably bad, though, since the Magyar player will be playing Paladin, potentially. Golems hard counter Mayans, but unfortunately for Max, it's a team game. Can you show the team KD? Yes, I can. So you can see Eco KD there, and then here's the overall KD. So it's actually better for Darkside. As you would expect, right? They've been winning most of the fights. Heavy Camel on the way for Max. Still has a fantastic eco. Has a secure gold now. And wow, Darkside. Holy. Darkside is walling the entire map. Stonewalling the entire map. Outposts all the way over here for Stone Please. They get cheaper walls with the Mayans team bonus. They're using it to full effect. Sneaky stables over on this side too for Max, so he's going to start to raid, but that has been identified by Dragonstar, so he might send some units over there to deal with that. Crazy walls from Darkside. I mean, if you look at these civilizations, we have Mayans, Magyars, Huns, Vietnamese, Hindustanis, Franks. I think Imp Camel is big. A really big unit here that could carry them to the victory, but if the Magyars ever get into CA, it could be very, very problematic. Magyar late game composition is one of the best on a pure land map like this. I think he's going to play into Paladin, though. That might be a mistake, right? Maybe Dragonstar needed to switch into Cav. And Siscon needed to make a switch into Cav Archer. Elite Plumed Archer already in for Stone Place. Plumed Archer could be nice as a support unit. It wouldn't surprise me to see him get up to like 90 of them or something at some point in this game. But they're probably going to be the weakest unit on the field. Sloppy stuff from Dragonstar. Again, losing Cav Archers. Wow. Dragonstar might crumble here, guys. That is the Imp TC for Amalius. Brother, man. Dude, no. Amalius, hold, please. He's repairing. Rattan Archer's now being pushed back. Elite Rattan is in. More raids coming in here. Dragonstar is crumbling. The Doctor is crumbling. Max is all over his eco with the sneaky stables. Look at this. Dragonstar completely idled. Maybe he dropped. Let's take a look at the EAPM. Did he drop? Yeah, he dropped. Okay. So he dropped a while ago. 37-31. Is that where he was losing the CA? Yeah, he put the CA over here and then he dropped. Oh, dang. That explains it. That explains why. So we get to this point. Game is paused. And hopefully they can come up with a restore. I do think that Team Finland has put themselves in a winning position. Even before that, just because Dragonstar is playing full CA and now he's up against Heavy Camel from Hindustani's about to be Imp Camel, and he doesn't have the numbers that he needs. This side should be able to hold. This side should be able to push. How did it take them so long to pause? Because Dragonstar, he wasn't full dropped. He was DC'd. So, like, he wasn't moving any of his units, but his villagers were still gathering resources and whatnot. So they didn't realize for a couple minutes. The game didn't realize. It's weird. They're going to restore. Hopefully they have a save file from Dragonstar. And it pops up at the exact moment that he dropped. Probably one of those instances where it was kind of laggy for everybody. And then it just sped up and then he was just gone. Is this live? Yes, it is live. We don't have a random drop in the Rex. How many sets are live today? All but 2 of them, I think. Okay. So Finland should be in a winning position. I think they just have better civs overall. And the civs from Darkside aren't doing the optimal thing. Ideally, you'd want Magyars on CA and Huns to make a switch into cavalry. But I think it's too late for that. Should Mayan switch to Eagle? No. Plumed Archer is their best unit here. Eagles are like a desperation play. If they switch into Eagle, then Amalius just spends all of his time tracking those with his Paladin. And then Max is free to fight whoever. And Vilesa, if the Paladin are in front of him dealing with the Eagles, can deal with the rest of the stuff with his Rattans. Shouldn't you always have a camel civ in these kind of maps? Not always, but it is nice, right? It is really nice to have a camel civ. Okay. So they're probably figuring out which restore file they should use. I see them in the lobby. Other games today. Are going to be the Taiwanese team versus Onimaru Barbatakos coming up soon. And Barbatakos is Dogao, Miguel, and Kingston. The Taiwanese team is Blue, Ritaku, and Yuckit. We're actually pretty good. Yuckit and Ritaku are pretty good team game players. And then after that, we have LY versus OS Plus. Oh, that is Slam's team. Okay, so Neos, Slam, Timo, and Chart on OS Plus. That should start in about an hour from now. I'd love to cast that one. And they will be up against LY, so they're going to be having a pretty hard time. That team feels very random. It does feel very random, bro. It is super random, actually. Like, I understand Timo because he plays a lot of BF, right? So I could see Slam, like, teaming up with him. Neos is a random addition to that. And then we just also randomly have Chart. Like, what? The servers for that are going to be wild. We have Slam in Western Canada on the Pacific Coast. Then we have Chart in Japan. And then we have Timo in Morocco. And then we have Neos in France. And we know that Neos has some pretty interesting ideas on how servers should be determined. Timo is in Germany, is he? Does he not have a Moroccan flag? Oh, okay. So he lives in Germany. He's Moroccan, though. Okay, cool. It's still, servers are brutal. Still waiting to see what happens with this. I think they're probably having problems with the restore files. Thank you for being here, everyone. It's going to be a fun Saturday. Okay, they figured it out. They figured it out. They're into the restore. Let's see how quickly we can join them here. Remember, it was still a fairly even game. It looks like we got a minute and a half on the countdown. Still a fairly even game, but I think Finland just has the better late game composition currently with the Imperial Camel coming in and the Rats and Archers already elite. However, Darkside has more of the map. The stone walls set up on the left side from Stone Please are really, really nice. Finland also has the capability to add in Caravanserai, which is massive. It's going to be a little bit awkward on Team Acropolis if you're trading at the back, right? Trying to get those in the right spots to actually hit the trade. Because you can't build on the stone terrain. But if this does go super late, Caravanserai are very, very nice. Freaking DM guys love Caravanserai. I learned a lot from the DM Nations Cup. Darkside has more degrees, which is rare versus Max and Vilesa. Yeah. They have a literal doctor, dude. How many civs get that building now? Persians and Hindustanis. Does anyone else get it? I think it's just Persians, Hindustanis, right? Okay. So this is where we return, and suddenly Dragonstar has 27 cav archers. So this is completely different from having 11. He actually has an army now. Max is still going to try and raid in here, but Dragonstar probably warned by his teammates that the raiding potential was there. Imperial Camel is coming in. Caravan also on the way in. Stonewall is now coming up from Vilesa on this side. Good exploration from Stone, please, on the left side with all these outposts. And he might be able to be annoying with this villager, too. Yeah, completely different game state now. Completely different game state now with the Cav Archers actually being alive. Vilesa still goes forward into these Cavalier, though. That was an issue before, and he does it again. That's crazy. Paladin on the way for Siscon. Vilesa will need to get something in front of these Paladin, whether it's the Imp Camels from his ally, or potentially Halb, which will be somewhat nuked by these plumed archers. I mean, Vilesa might have some issues on this side. Paladin's still a minute and 40 seconds away, but it will be problematic for sure. He's actually over on this side. Okay, so Vilesa splits his army a little bit. He comes forward with a Malleus, who's now in Imperial Age. 159 villagers for a Malleus? Bro. Chill. 160 vills. I'm not sure this is great for Siscon, losing all of these Cavalier before he gets the Paladin. He is going to kill a bunch of villagers, though. Malleus probably needed him to kill those villagers if he wants space for army. Max now raiding back over here with the Imp Camels. Dragonstar's coming over to try and counter this. Trade being added in from Darkside, as Max is still producing over here, and the Imp Camels are really, really difficult to deal with. You need a full army of plumes or Cav Archers to come try and kill those. Castle now goes down for Dragonstar. How's the push going on over here? Still a Paladin in the back from Siscon. Vilesa will need Max to come back and deal with that potentially. And I mean, Darkside's in a better position than I thought they'd be. That drop really did affect Dragonstar quite a bit. Malleus at 150 villagers now. Max still trying to push over here. He's getting Siege Elephant. Very problematic for Dragonstar. He's still getting wiped on this side. There's a lot of map control given up over here. That's a lot of map control that Max is going to take on this side. And there's still wood over there. There's some gold over there as well if he takes out this castle in the TC. Siege Elephant is in. That castle will go down quite quickly. Will Siscon be able to take out these elephants before the castle dies? I think he will. Nice job from Siscon heading over here, helping out his ally. Taking out the elephants, and the castle's alive. Meanwhile, over here, Paladin's still killing, man. It's hard to notice all these little raids, right? In the heat of the moment in Imperial Age. Benji, thank you for the 5 months. That was a lot of army forced back here to deal with this, though. And Max can kind of take his eye off of these stables. He can focus a little bit more in the center area and focus a little bit more on this push. Still hard committing to the right side, Finland. Still trying to deny all these wall-offs. Exclamation mark holiday? What? No paladin for Amalius. Doesn't have the gold. He's trying to take this one now. Rattan Archer's still a good backline unit, but only light cav in front. And some Cavalier for Amalius. He's really struggling. This push was great from Max, but it kind of disrupted his flow a little bit, right? He doesn't have that big, massive camels that you would want in this situation. At least not yet. See how we're doing on this side. Ooh, the gold has been found. Rattan Archers are here, but it's Plumes backed up by Paladin. 80 elite plumed archers now on the field from Stoneplease, and it's still open. Still open into this area for Team Finland. Some raids back here from Max, trying to disrupt a little bit. It's not going to do too much. Vilesa's still playing quite well with the Rattans. Trade is being added from both teams. Darkside finally gets their trade route open on this side, but Max is still back there with a few light cav. Max has done well on that count. The trade is secure for Team Finland. Caravanserai check? I guarantee you they don't have any yet. Yeah. I've been looking on the minimap for those coming down. It is difficult with the way that this is set up. Like, you'd have to get them on the top, I guess. Like, here would be pretty hard to get them. I don't think that's within their sphere of influence. Man, they really need Amalius into the game. They really need him with Paladin. He doesn't have the numbers. The Franks don't have Paladin yet. And that is a problem. And he has 149 villagers. He's just trying to get his trade set up. I don't even know where these carts are going. Are they going, like, back this way? Like, his markets are all the way up here. Oh, God. Eco count is so much higher for Team Finland, but the military count for Darkside, really, really solid. Now Amalius coming forward with this castle. That's actually a really solid castle. Finland's still trying to push through here. Siege Rams now being added from Dragonstart, so he's taking out all the stables forward. Rattan Archers going after the Treb, and they're going to be able to take it out. And Finland also pushing through here. So Finland trying to hold the line on this side, trying to push through the center, trying to get into that trade from Darkside. But the Paladin will shift over and probably shut this down. Oh, that gate's not going to be in time. These Trebs should be dead, right? Unless the camels can get here in time. There's a couple more camels behind. Maybe they can hold. Maybe they can save the Trebs. No. Nice wall up there from Vilesa. He's had a good game. He's had a solid game. How is Amalius doing over here? Still just trying to hold. Paladin is coming in finally. He's got 29 trade cards, so his gold income should be okay. We have siege rams over here. I saw that Vilesa did get sappers, so he's ready to fight off the rams with villagers if he needs to. Caravanserai check. Caravanserai check. Caravanserai check. Caravanserai check. Caravanserai nope. Yeah, the old Finnish team was... Well, Finland's had some absolute legends of AoE 2. Dreams was the initial one, right? Dreams was really good. Then we had Pike. Zupi were kind of the next two guys. And then we had Max. And then Vilesa. And then Valis as well. Rubenstock, of course. Good push from Finland. Frankish Paladin countering the Magyar Paladin. They are better. A little bit of extra HP. 192 against 180. And the Rattans are such a great backline unit. Better than the Plumes. But the castle here from Max does go down. What the fuck? They see me rolling. They hating. Patrolling and trying to catch me ramming dirty. Where is he going? I have no idea. We will keep tabs on that ram, though. I will mark that ram. Push. Frankish Paladin, that's what they needed. They're kicking Dragonstar off the stone now. It's 72 Cav Archers for Dragonstar. But Finland is catching up on the army count. I want to see what the KD is looking like for Vilesa. Yeah, his KD is insane. 304 to 146. The Rattans have been such a nice support unit behind. Really, really solid. Paladin switch now happening from Dragonstar. Ideally, they get themselves into a situation where Dragonstar can slowly start shifting into Paladin, and Siscon can shift into Cav Archers, because the Magyar CA will be better than the Hun CA. But that needs to be a very deliberate, very slow switch from them. Max has 77 trade carts? Brother. Man's got 25 pop space for military. He's sending gold to Amalius. So he's got the text. He's sending the gold. Amalius is here. He's going to clear up the Trebs. Not before they take care of that castle. But it's a good push from Finland. They are surviving over on this side. Little ram train happening there from Dragonstar. Where's... Speaking of ram... Oh, it's dead. Damn. Oh my goodness. Vilesa's got to be careful here. Vilesa's got to be careful. Siscon is sending Paladin. What a great push from Stoneplease. Vilesa notices. They have walls behind, though. They have a secondary layer of walls behind this. That's sick. Really nice job from Team Finland. We will keep tabs on this camel over here as well. The one raiding unit from Max. Elite Fire Lancer being made now from Vilesa. Vilesa trying to hold this castle. Can he hold it? He needs to take out these rams. He might be able to. Maybe, maybe. No. No. Castle goes down, and there's a hole. There's always a hole. Oh, my goodness. They will be into the trade. Caravanserai check, still nothing. With so much trade, too. 77 trade for Max and still no Caravanserai is a crime. That's a crime against humanity. Oh, boy. Oh, God. Max. Gotta get those camels back there, brother. Darkside. Still pushing in. Still some Paladin in the back. So a little counter raid here from Amalius is fine. Chasing some of the trade cards from Mayans. Another castle going forward for Dragonstar. All of the army was distracted with this. It was an excellent raid from Stoneplease and from Siscon. And the score is switching back and forth. Why no Elite Eagle Warrior? Because Eagle Warrior would be a throw, I think. I think you need the backline unit. You need the plumes supporting a little bit more. Although he's almost out of plumes. So maybe you're right. He lost his plume mass. I just don't see what Eagle Warriors would do in this situation. You almost want to be just the sling player and just sling CA and Paladin. And they're making that switch now. Siscon is trying to get into Heavy Cav Archer. Nice raid back here from Amalius again. And it's just wide open for Darkside. Like, Team Finland, look at this setup for Darkside, and then look at this setup for Finland. There's castles everywhere. There's walls. This whole backside of the map for Darkside, there's nothing attacking these Paladins. They'll just have to chase. And Dragonstar losing a lot of villagers, too. Speaking of Dragonstar, he's trying to push here. But it's 1v2 on this push. Stoneplease will send some halbs over to help. But I think Finland should be able to hold. And now Max is in too, raiding. Military advantage now for Finland. Vilessa now pushing. The plume mass isn't there to help anymore. It's just going to be Paladin, or it's just going to be halbs from Stoneplease. So they did find an opportunity to switch to put Siscon on CA and Dragonstar on Paladin, but it might just be a little bit too late. We'll see. Really seeing the weakness of the Mayans at this stage of the game. Like, Stoneplease is really struggling to find something that would help his team. The plumes were helping for a while, but once the Paladin got mixed in, the plumes can't do that much damage. The Eagle Warriors will die against the Paladin as well. The halbs are fine, but the Rattans are clearing up the halbs whenever they're coming forward to support a teammate. And another castle falls from Dragonstar. So many castles have gone down in this area, contesting that gold. He ejects with the Cav Archers as well. He's going to lose so many of those. The Paladin aren't really on the field in numbers for Dragonstar either. But now we have the Cav Archers from the Magyar. Such a cool game. I can't remember the last time. It's been a while since I've seen a full switch from both flanks. Very, very specific, like, Civ setup that allows this to happen in a game. For one player that has full Heavy Cav Archer upgrades to switch into Paladin, and then the other player to do the same thing. But it's super cool. And now an elephant switch from Vilessa? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. So he's going to have Rattans and elephants in front. Even the Magyars might struggle against that. And Ghulam's coming out from Max. Caravanserai check. I can feel the entire DM community. They're up in arms. Wood game now. It might be. 160k wood left. There's a lot of wood up here that belongs to Finland now. Still some wood at the back here for Darkside. Camel, Paladin, and Rattan on this side, but I'm not sure the numbers are there. The Paladin are coming in now for Dragonstar. He has full upgrades on them, but he's fighting this battle alone. And meanwhile, over here, we still have Vilessa, who's had a phenomenal game. What a recovery game from Vilessa. Making Bombard Towers, Elephants, and Elite Rattans. So cool. Chivalry was not in for Amalius? Chivalry wasn't in? Oh my god. That would have helped so much. Wow. Almost a generational throw there, not having Chivalry. He does have 81 trade cards with 4 more in the queue. Can we please make some Caravanserai? Please. There's also some camels back here. Amalius is like full 1v1 against Dragonstar now with the Paladin. And Vilessa is an absolute monster over here. The tanky Vietnamese elephants. The Rattans behind. And then the Bombard Towers to secure all of this space. And Max also, we haven't talked about him in a while, but he's been sending in units over and over and over again. He's always raiding back here. Darkside always has to pull army back. And Stoneplease just, he's got 64 halbs, but like, where are they? They're chasing. They're just chasing. Population is still close. The problem here for Siscon, even though he probably has an army that can clear up the units from Vilessa, right now he doesn't really have anything that can clear up the Bombard Towers. I don't know why my capture age is stuttering here, but it is. GG called. GG called. What a game. An hour and 15 minutes. Finland takes one back. Sick game there. Really, really love all the tech switches that happened in that game. The team walls, right? I think Vilessa played an amazing game. Really incredible effort from Vilessa. He was always on the other side. He was in the middle. He was on his side. They tried to break through his walls multiple times. And then finally, once his team...
Getting old.
Once his team, like, locked down this side, you saw what he was able to do. When he fully focused his push over here, it felt like Siscon just got completely overwhelmed. Max and Amalius also good supporting roles there. And then Darkside, I think they honestly play pretty good. The switch to Paladin over here and the switch to Cav Archer over here was really cool. It was really neat. And we got to see the weakness of the Mayans too. I don't know if Stoneplease should have ever moved off of Plumed Archer. As soon as he moved off Plume, they started to really push Finland. Darkside needed pawn control. I don't think you can dock here. Okay. 535 Paladin versus 468. A lot of Cav Archers as well. A lot of Camels. And then a ton of Rattans from Vilessa. So we're not going to be able to see the full stats of the game. Only since the point we restored. But I mean, Vilessa, clearly. It was a pretty dangerous comp. Siscon couldn't deal with it. Siscon had 118 military. Wow. Trade profit. Big time for Max. 50K. Thank you, Akuni, for the 60 months, bro. Welcome back. Cool. Okay. Reverse sweep potential now. That was the final home map from Team Finland. They used very good civilizations there, as you could see. And we will mark them down. So win for the Hindustanis, for the Vietnamese, and for the Franks. Loss for the Mayans, for the Magyars, and the Huns. They are going to go on to... It's either Tresleches? Leches? I don't know how to say it. Or Mnindi. Yeah, losing a game where you have 100 Magyar CA is crazy. You're not wrong, dude. Like 100 fully up Magyar CA and you're still getting overwhelmed. There's not many civs that can do that. How was baseball yesterday? Baseball was... Oh, it was the day before. It was amazing, Extracep. I took my nephew to a Blue Jays game. That's what he wanted to do for his birthday. He wanted to go to a Jays game with his uncle. And it was a great time. He was so good. It was a 2.5-hour game. He loves sports, and he sat still the entire game, and we were just talking about stats and what type of pitches the pitchers were throwing. Blue Jays ended up winning. How old is he? He just turned 8. Yeah, it was a really good day. Why is he no Age Pro yet? I don't think he's ever used a keyboard or a mouse in his life, dude. Kids these days are all touchscreen. Thank you for being here, everyone. Appreciate it. They obviously need a little bit of a break after that last game. It was a pretty intense one. It's a pretty long one. Looks like it's going to be Tresleches. I still don't know how to say that. How to say... Google says it's Tresleches. Tresleches.
Tresleches.
Oh, okay. Tresleches. All right. Tresleches. Tresleches? I'm just going to say Tresleches. Is that Portuguese? I don't know. Okay. Tresleches coming up. We got a minute on the countdown. It will be Khmer, Jurchens, and Tatars for Darkside. It will be Dravidians, Ethiopians, and Romans for Team Finland. And Amalius is back in again. So I think Dragonstar might go for the Grenadiers. We saw that in a show match with Wonders, I believe, where Sebastian had like 35 Grenadiers and they were just nuking everything. Could also go CA with Urchins. We'll see. All right. How much time we got? 13, 12, 11, 10. 10 seconds. Am I the only one who enjoys 3v3 most? I like 4v4, but it's very difficult to follow. I think I like 4v4 better than 3v3. All right, so Finland versus Darkside, game number 4. And this is Tres Leches. You have 2 players in the quote-unquote pocket, but they are actually the furthest forward. So there's a lot of risk being out here. The woodlines are very far away. Viles is playing as Ethiopians here. Stone Please is going to play as Khmer. 2 like fast castle type civilizations in this center area. They could play feudal as well, but I think if you play feudal, you're just going to get hammered by these guys over here on the flanks, coming in with castle age units. And if your opponent goes fast castle into like a power spike unit, they could also kill you. We'll see what they want to do. There is water on the sides with plenty of fish. There's water in the center connecting the 2 channels on the sides, and there's fish here too, but there's also plenty of Komodos. Some extra resources around as well with the elephants in the middle that they will want to take. It looks like Vilesa is just kind of looking for those elephants. He hasn't found any yet. Stone Please found 1. Could be an issue for Vilesa. Oh, he's housed. He's forced to get loom. Ew, 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 ew. Ew, I don't like that. Ew. Okay, so Max playing as Romans. Amali is playing as Dravidians. They'll probably contest water a little bit. We've got Sisgon as Tatars. He will likely play into CA. Into Cav Archers. And then Dragonstar's Jurchins is kind of the question. Does he play Cav Archer as well? Don't know. That Max stock isn't it. It's fine. He'll make another dock over here at some point. You're right, though. It isn't it. It's many things, but it is not it. Is this the one where the trade cards can go through the woods? No, that was the old version of this. The trade cards used to be able to phase through everything, and you would start with like a neutral market or whatever, but yeah, that doesn't... They don't have those anymore. Stone Please goes for the dock forward. No dock here for Vilesa, and he still hasn't found an elephant. And he was forced to get loom. It's definitely not a good start for Vilesa. Much better start here for Stone Please. Plenty of food available for him. Like, Vilesa can't even see the elephant going in there. His scouting is so poor. Much better scouting here for Stone Please. And Feudal Age coming in for Vilesa, so he will probably play archers. Hold up, is knit really something that people say? No. No. I've never heard someone refer to something not it as a knit. Stop calling Vilesa bad in 5 different ways. Hey, he had a phenomenal game last game. He got housed at 15 pop. He didn't scout any of the elephants. Like, Stone Please got away with both of those. And he didn't see the villager coming back here. Like, I don't know. Seems a little bit unsure on what he wants to do. But he can recover. Archer range there. Perfect. Feudal Age on the way for Max and Amalius as well. Stone Please does get up to the Feudal Age. And let's take a look at his resources. He is going to go into archers as well. Archers or skirms? Double range. Okay. It's a stable from Syscon, so Syscon will support with scouts. Kind of feels like both of the players from Finland are going fast castle behind this. Amalius and Max. And Amalius is already walling up his woodlines. Really smart stuff here from him. It should be in time before the scouts get there. He should be fine. It's a big advantage here for Stone Please. I mean, he has the dock. A couple fishing ships working away on that deep fish. He had the extra elephants, right? Vilesa will have the faster firing archers with Ethiopians, and he got the 100 extra food and the 100 extra gold from going up to Feudal Age, but I think I'd much rather be in Stone Please's position. Remember when Max was the top 8 player? Yes, I do. That is unfortunate for Amalius. Syscon trying to hold open the walls. There's a second scout coming in. Amalius should be fine, though. And now he's adding in an archer range. Interesting. Why is the Romans going into an archer range? Market for Max. Should be playing fast castle. Amalius is already up. And Amalius needs these walls completed yesterday. Come on, Amalius. He sees it. He sees it. He sees it. The scouts come in. Not the biggest deal, though. There is a scout here from him. He's got a couple villagers to fight. He's probably going to lose one villager, and that's it. And then he'll wall this off. He's perfectly content with that. Yep, that's fine. I'm still wondering why he went archer. Oh, he's Dravidians. He's not Romans. He's, yeah, sorry. I got them swapped. I got them messed up. I thought he was Romans. It's actually Max that's playing as Romans on the other side. That makes way more sense. Okay. Way more sense. Max is not going into an archer range. Max is going into water. And the Hawks will come forward. They're going to find some of these fish. I was wondering where the dock was. It kind of blended in with these houses. I'm like, did Dragonstar delete his dock? Nope, he used it as part of the wall. Very, very clever from Dragonstar. Archers still defending here from Vilesa. Now the archers from Stone Please are going to head on over towards Max's base. Max will need to spot these. He has. Did he notice that, though? I think he might be busy with the Hulks. He's busy trying to take out the fish over on this side. Archers are coming in. Vilesa needs to help his ally out somehow. Max has enough stone for a castle. He goes fast castle Centurion? Crazy plays from Max, if that's the case. That is not something that I've seen very often at all. Centurion is a very good unit. It's very expensive, though. What's the cost of a Centurion? Like 65, 85? Something like that? I know it's really, really costly. The stats are good, though. 13 attack, 3 pierce armor. Before any upgrades, right? 2 melee armor, 110 HP before Bloodlines comes in. 75, 85. Yeah. It's a very expensive unit. If you have fish, which he does, can be definitely more attainable. And it doesn't look like Dragonstar is really interested in contesting water all that much. So the fish might stay alive from Max. Meanwhile, on the other side, Amalia is pushing in. He's got that medium warships upgrade with the Hulks. He's trying to take out the fish from Siscon. But he's losing villagers. Take a look at the Eco KD. 2 villagers lost from every player on Finland. And now the archers are coming back this way. Max will be trying to chase those with the Centurions. They're trying to figure out where the archers are. And unfortunately for them, they're going to figure it out a little bit too late. Good movement here with the scouts from Siscon. That's like the 3rd villager he's picked off with those things. Where's the army? Where's the army from Finland? It's not here. It's a TC going up for Amalius. This might be the play. He's going to build that just on time. Excellent play from Amalius. I think Finland went forward with their army. Amalius said, I can defend this. And now Vilesa is going to pick off some of the archers. He's going to be pressuring Stone Please on this side. And Finland is winning the water still. Only 3 Centurions, though, for Max so far. What's up, Havoc? How's it going? Oh, Amalius. Dude, this Centurion can solo this whole archer army. Bro, this Centurion is going to absolutely dust this archer army. That's crazy. These things are strong, man. He pulls it away. The archers show up from Vilesa. Still a minute and a half away from Castle Age. And we will see another powerful cavalry unit. This time from Dragonstar. The Iron Pagoda is coming out. So it'll be Iron Pagoda against Centurion. I think Iron Pagoda wins that fight in Castle Age. I don't know, though. Oh, man, Max. Max. Maxi, 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 Maxi. Max! He's not seeing it, guys. Losing the villagers over on this side. Don't know where else he's paying attention. Maybe just clearing up the archers over here. Cav archers now coming in from Siscon as the archers leave from Vilesa. This is a good fishing eco for Finland, but they're struggling a little bit on the land. All the pressure is coming forward from Darkside. And Amalius has just been losing villager after villager on this gold area. This gold as well. Max really struggling to get an army count that can actually help anyone. And the Cav Archers should be able to use their mobility to full effect. I would also love to see at some point Vilesa move away from this area. It's so exposed here. Right, like maybe move back here at some point. Also, another thing for Team Finland. They have Ethiopians. They have the outpost bonus. And they're constantly wondering where the armies are from their opponents. An outpost here, an outpost here, an outpost here, an outpost here. Like, you would see all of this movement and you'd stop getting caught off guard every single time an army shows up. Definitely isn't something they've thought about. They've got, you know, a lot of things to do, but something they should consider for sure. No ballistics for Vilesa. Ballistics is in for Stone Please. Iron Pagodas kind of blocking these off. They have 3 pierce armor just like the Centurions. Dragonstar does have bloodlines though. So he's got an HP advantage over these Centurions, and he also has that little charge that blocks the first incoming melee attack. So in a straight up fight, the Iron Pagoda should theoretically win. Centurions have the advantage in melee armor. and +1 attack. Lessa has finally made his way over here, by the way. Max's fishing eco getting shut down a little bit. He's going to go clear that up. I do love the fish eco from Amalius. Look at this. 20 fishing ships from him. Ballistics on the way. Bodkin arrow coming in. Decent amount of crossbows. We might see Siscon struggle a little bit against this. And again, an outpost would go crazy over here for Max. Again, an outpost would go crazy here, right? Like, why are they just sneaking through every single time? I mean, great job from Darkside. They're literally walking through the dark side of Finland's base every single time. No vision through these corridors at any point. Malleus is busy over here, and he gets absolutely cooked by this crossbow army on this side. Stable finally up for Max, so he can get husbandry, he can get bloodlines, hopefully. Villager count still ahead for Finland, but a lot of it is fishing ships. Military count still ahead for Darkside. And now Iron Pagoda Cav Archer over on Max. Crossbow's still over here for Malleus. Every time I look over here, there's villagers dying for Malleus. He's lost 17. Dang. Doesn't really have an army forward either. He's got some ships, but that's about it. And now Vilesa's in trouble. Oh, no. He did manage to get the TC up against the wood line. So he does have some wood access. But Vilesa's in big, big trouble here as the Iron Pagoda and the Cav Archer show up. Crossbow's still over here from Stonepleece. Vilesa is back in this area. Vilesa still doesn't have ballistics. And he's trying to fight up against a player who does. So many villagers lost for him. 21 villagers lost for Vilesa. Vast Castle Centurion doesn't seem to be paying off. Bloodlines is finally in for Max. Still missing that final armor upgrade. Still missing forging. And Vilesa running out of crossbow. Running out of crossbow. What can Amalius do while all this pressure is over here? Is there an opportunity for Amalius to do some damage? He has 13 crossbows, but they're all at home. He's still fishing, which is fine. But Imperial Age is on the way for Dr. Agenstar. 96 villagers for him. He's also managed to contest the fishing eco for Max very, very well. You saw Max set up the fish traps back here. He set up the fish traps over here, and both of those got killed. Imperial Age on the way now for Amalius. Maybe Amalius can carry on that side. Maybe. Max is still only at 77 villagers. It's not great. Does finally have a decent amount of Centurions, but he's kind of being countered. There's three players over here. And I don't know if the Centurions beat the Iron Pagoda in a straight-up fight, let alone the Iron Pagoda, the crossbows, and the Cav Archers. Stonepleece has played a phenomenal game. He's switching now into skirms because he knows Vilesa is only on archers. And the Centurion number has been decimated a little bit. So he'll go into siege and skirms. All Darkside need to do now is just stop Amalius. Max is not really a factor. Vilesa's not really a factor. They just have to shut down Amalius somehow. And I think they can do that pretty easily, and I think they can also just keep Max in the Castle Age forever. Yeah. Max will finally come forward with some of these Centurions. He's not really going to find much to hit there, though. Imperial Age is in now for Dragonstar. Imperial Age is in for Siscon. Things keep getting worse and worse and worse for Finland. Amalius's crossbows have been found, and now Siscon's going to try and dive on those. Siscon will dive on those with Cav Archers from both sides. Tatar CA, they already have Thumb Ring. He doesn't even need Bracer. Amalius will lose all of the army coming forward. Vilesa finally does push back a little bit. But Imperial Age is now in from Stoneplease, and Vilesa isn't even up yet. And Amalius just lost his crossbow mass. So all of the players in Imperial Age from Darkside, and Finland calls the GG. It was a good series. Pretty slanted towards Darkside. You can definitely tell that they are the more active players. And they had a little bit more preparation for this set, right? Love to see Finland in that second qualifier, maybe mix in Ruben stock as well. I was impressed by Amalius this set. I think Vilesa had his moments. I think Max is... You can see the rust a little bit. Still a good player, though. But on the other side, Stoneplease, Dragonstar, and Siscon, very, very solid. And I expect that they will continue to do well. They might be able to make it through their qualifier bracket. I don't know what other big teams are in there. But really good job from them. Very, very aggressive. They didn't put much importance on the water like Finland did. But they managed to hang around, right? Like, Siscon didn't get his fish fully cleared until near the end. Dragonstar cleared all the fish from Max with, like, very little investment. He didn't even get the medium warships upgrade. Pretty cool stuff. That third game was the best of the series, for sure. But yeah, this series has been for the league, by the way. !TL if you want to learn more. The finals for the league will be hosted at the Garrison event in November, end of November. So it's going to be a 1v1 event, and you can catch team games, which is pretty